Welcome everybody. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. We're gonna start here shortly. I see we have a few questions coming in. Welcome, welcome. As you guys know, this is a Ledger onboarding. I'm going to be discussing how to set up your Ledger device, best practice, and also how to navigate through Ledger Live. That is a native software of ours. And also at the end of the stream, we will be doing ask us any questions or ask me any questions. We do have some mods in the chat. Shout out to Brady. Shout out to Tim. They are from Ledger. They're going to be helping out moderate the chat. So welcome everybody. We'll get started here in probably 3 more minutes. Hope everyone's having a good day. For today's stream, we'll be doing the Nano X. I also have a Nano S, but we'll be focused on their top dog, the Nano X. I'll be discussing, obviously, the products and the functionality between the two. But yeah, get started here in the next 3 minutes. Ask us any questions if you have any. Oh, let me through some of these questions. So yeah, I just want to address a few things before we get started on the stream. So some of you guys may have tickets opened with us, right? Our sales have gone up drastically over the last few days or even the week. So with that comes a lot of new users, and with that we've seen a high influx of unusual volume. So that's why it may take us a few days to get back to you, but have no fear, we will get back to you. All right. So yeah, see the Tom and Vision best after sales. Will this video be uploaded? Want to send to my other friends? Yeah, Tay. So with this, it will be like publish, and you can send it to your other friends. We do these every Friday as well. So if you want more of a live experience, tell your friends to come tune in at around this time. We usually do it at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. So there's that tape. But yeah, you can send your video. This will be published, right? Obviously, the whole stream is going to be a lot of Ledger Live setup, Ledger device setup, as well as just answering any questions. So if you want more of like a straight to the point type of stream, or straight to the point type of video, we do have that as well. All right, all right. I'll elaborate how I have transferred some Matic Polygon on my ledger from 2 different exchanges. However, I now have 2 different entries now. One called Matic, the other is the proper Polygon. Okay, Talabber, I think what you're referring to is the Polygon network, right? So Matic is a currency, right? So Matic could be the ERC20. What that is it's the token on Ethereum, right? But Matic can also be the native currency to the Polygon network. And the way you can verify that is just looking at your address or your wallet address on the Block Explorer, right? Just search up your address on the Block Explorer to see if it is if you have any Matic on Ethereum or Polygon. All right, but yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get right into the stream. Obviously, right, we do have some mods in the chat. Shout out to Jacob. They'll be able to address any questions you guys may have, right? So feel free to ask when I'm doing the device setup or the device explaining you guys how the device works. I might not be able to answer your questions that you guys may have, right? But have no fear, I'll be able to address any questions you guys may have at the end of the stream. All right, cool. So let's get going. Nano X and Nano S Plus, right? These are the 2 devices that we sell. The main difference between these 2 are going to be Bluetooth capabilities, right? So with the Nano X, there is battery in it. That's why it's obviously a little more expensive, right? You're going to be able to connect your Ledger device to Ledger Live Mobile. That's a mobile application, and you can manage your assets directly on your phone. With the Nano S Plus, right? It's cable. There's no battery, so you're going to need to plug it into your computer or your phone if you have Android, right? So let's get going. Nano X, when you unbox it, pretty standard. Usually it's paper wrap, right? Sometimes you might have different packaging, right? Don't worry, it's not a scam, and I'll explain that later on in the stream. Of course, let me show you guys a better visual. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. You guys can see here. right? And then you're also going to get this welcome sheet. This sheet's very important. It's going to give you, the lighting in here is not the greatest. You're going to get this hello. This specific packaging, or this specific sheet right here that it gives you is going to be very important. This is a sheet that you're going to write your recovery phrase on, and I'll also explain how important that is here in a second. And you're also going to get a cable and keychain, right? So that's pretty much it as in terms of what comes in a ledger. Let me go back here. Yeah, so you're gonna get device, cable, keychain, hello with the 3 recovery phrase sheets. That's basically it. It's very important that when you get your ledger, that's all that it comes with. If it comes with a recovery phrase sheet that's, that says, oh, this is your recovery phrase, or enter in your PIN, right? It's most likely someone trying to scam you or someone trying to trick you into using a recovery phrase that has been compromised, right? So as far as security goes and functionality between the two, right? Like I mentioned earlier with the Nano S Plus, like I said, functionality is going to be the same across both of the devices, right? The main purpose of a ledger device, right, is going to generate you the recovery phrase offline, right? It's air gap, meaning it's never been exposed to the internet, like the generation process, and then your private keys are stored on the device. That's a very important element. I'll also show you guys what I mean by that in Ledger Live, right? But yeah, so that's it. Let's plug it in so I can explain to you guys some more best practices on setting up the device. All right, so you plug it in. Going to load like this. So this device has already been set up, so we're just going to reset it. Factory reset it. Set it up as brand new. Okay. All right, device. And that is another feature that I want to explain to you guys. If you guys ever get your ledger stolen, but your PIN is, not 1, 2, 3, 4, and the person that stole it put in the PIN wrong 3 times, we have a very cool security feature built into the device that will automatically factory reset by itself. What that means is essentially wipe device clean, right? So, but as you guys know, nothing is stored on the device, right? None of your assets are stored on the device. Everything is stored on the blockchain. Your private keys derived from the recovery phrase, right, is what gives you access to your funds, right? So very important element to consider. So yeah, so we're going to restart this and then we're going to get going. See, we have a few questions coming in. Okay, so all right, so as you guys see, we have set it up. I see we have some great questions coming in. Hopefully the mods are able to address your question. If not, I'll be able to address your question in the stream. All right. Get going. All right, so we're gonna set it up. We're gonna get this welcome. It's pretty standard. Download Ledger Live, right? That's our native software. That's gonna allow you to manage your accounts. Right, in terms of button functionality, right? This is left, this is right. Pretty simple there. Press both buttons to select. When you press both buttons, that is to continue to confirm. All right, so it says hold both buttons. That's to get to control center, start Ledger Live, set up as new device, and restore from recovery phrase. All right, so this part is very important. Like I mentioned earlier before, this part is very important. The reason why it's important is because if you are new, I know some of you guys are new, some of you guys already have your ledger set up, but for those new users, when you just get your ledger, you're always going to want to select the setup as new device option. The reason why is because you've never generated a 24-word recovery phrase from a ledger, right? And then for those of you who have already set up a ledger and, right, some of you guys are buying backup devices, right? You're going to choose this option, right? The only time you should ever put your recovery phrase anywhere is on the ledger device itself, right? During this process, during the setup as new device process, that's the only time Ledger is going to show you your recovery phrase. That's why it's very important that you write it down correctly on this sheet, right? And we also have a recovery check app that confirm if your recovery phrase that you wrote down is associated with the recovery phrase on the ledger device, right? So it's very important to understand that these two, very important, right? If you're a new user, you're always going to select this option, right? You never want to import your recovery phrase that has been generated from a software wallet into the ledger, because the ledger does not protect those recovery phrase, right? Because they've been exposed, right? Ledger derives its security from the generation of the recovery phrase completely offline, okay? Obviously, there's some other security features, but the main purpose is the recovery phrase has never been exposed to the internet, okay? So we're going to set it up. The lighting in here, very bad. There you go. All right, choose pin. All right, so for video sake, we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Gonna set it up. Pretty simple here, guys. Keep asking questions, guys. We do have mods in the chat from Ledger that will be able to address your questions, and then I'll obviously address your question later on in the stream. Okay. Write down your recovery phrase. Okay, so we're gonna double click. Your device will generate 24 words and your recovery phrase. If it is your only backup to restore your accounts if needed. Write down on your recovery sheet in the correct order. All right, so pretty simple there. We are going to start writing it down. I'm just going to speed through this process, okay? Because I don't want this process. You should definitely take your time, but for video's sake, I will speed through it. Yeah, you guys can always go back and view the stream again. All right, so let's do it. Flash in. All right, here. All right, let's fix it. All right, so cabin. All right, so yeah, guys, just gonna get through this part. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it down below. Like I mentioned. And then with Ledger Live, I'll show you guys a few different features in there, like how to swap, how to buy crypto, and maybe some staking if we have time. All right. Going through this process. Oh yeah, another thing is, so consider was a word that was used twice for the recovery phrase. That's perfectly normal. You guys may have asked if that's normal. That's completely normal. I just wanted to make sure you guys understand that the same word can be used twice recovery phrase. All right. So yeah, let's just get through this. And once again, cool. Now we confirmed it. I'm just gonna go through this process pretty quickly. Once again, you guys can go back with the left button here, black button, not the button near the swivel, but button near the USB cable, right? And you can view your words to confirm. We're going to verify right now. Once we verify, get to the fun stuff, right? So I'm going to verify this. When you guys do the Ledger device setup, you never want to do a live stream like what I'm doing, right? These 24 words have been exposed to the internet. And when you do it, you don't want to be in front of cameras, in front of people. No, you basically want to be completely offline, right? You don't want to store it on a computer. You don't want to take a picture of it, nothing, right? So it's very important that one genius phrase. All right, so a recovery phrase has been set. Now, all right, it's very important that you guys read through this. Like I mentioned earlier, your recovery phrase is anything. Ledger, we don't store any private information. So if you ever lost your recovery phrase, there's nothing we can do to help you recover your funds, right? So it's very important that you have access to your recovery phrase, but also store it in a safe place. We do have some backup alternative solutions. And we also have some new products that are coming out, I believe. So make sure you guys check out our website to stay tuned. We do have like the Crypto Zag Zeus and Crypto Steel, I believe. So those are two great backup options. But yeah, now the device has been set up. Oh, we're just going to process, and while it's processing, we're going to get to the Ledger Live, the cool stuff. All right, so your device is set up. Go to dashboard. Pretty simple, right? It's going to look like that. You hold both buttons. You guys can go to Control Center, right? Check on the battery, check on the Bluetooth, other settings as well. But yep, just gonna get out of here. And yep, that's basically in terms of setting up the Ledger device. Very self-explanatory. Just understand that this sheet right here, you want to make sure it's in a safe place and never take a picture of it or live stream it or do anything that has to do with the internet. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm gonna take a few questions while I get Ledger Live pulled up. However, I watched a very good video on a secure way to keep your recovery phrase by stamping the words onto a large set of washers. Yeah, I have heard of that. I have heard of that, Tal Labert. Um, yeah, like people have done things like in their backyard and just all types of ways, right? All right. So we have some questions coming in. I'll keep going with the stream. So Ledger Live, right? It is our native software. Very important that you guys download from our website. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to the proper way and best practice to download Ledger Live. Always go to ledger.com, guys. All right. Reason why is because there are scams out there that look like Ledger Live but are not Ledger Live, right? They're going to ask you for your recovery phrase. Very important that you never give it to anyone, including Ledger employees, right? Ledger employees will never ask you for your recovery phrase, but there are impersonators out there, okay? When you go to ledger.com, you're going to go to apps and services, Ledger Live, okay? This is where you're going to download Ledger Live. You're going to navigate to download the app, select, depending on the operating system, you have Windows, Mac, Linux, right? Make sure that your tech or your specifications for your computer matches what is required, okay? So we do have that on our website as well. But you guys can see, make sure you guys go to ledger.com/ledger-live. Okay, so when you download that, you are gonna get this. Okay, so pretty simple. This process is gonna be very important because I'll show you here. Get started. Where we have the X, and we are X. Okay. The reason why this part is very important, guys. Let me make sure this is smaller. You guys can see. The reason why this part is very important, guys, is because it's going to perform a genuine check. This check is very important because it's going to check if your device has been tampered with, right? So if you pass a genuine check, you're all good to go. And boom. All right. So you will get prompted a message on the device, allow ledger manager, and boom. All right. So pass a genuine check and we're good to go. Okay. So now we are in Ledger Live. Okay. Make sure you guys read through the terms of use. We've updated it. It's very important. All right. So now we're in Ledger Live. Okay. So the first step, I recommend everybody, right? If you're a new user, old user, the first step I want you guys to do is navigate to the My Ledger tab. Okay. The reason why this tab is very important is because it's going to check on your firmware. Okay, the firmware on your device is going to be very important. If you're out of date, you might have some issues running into performing transactions, swaps, whatnot. Right, so it's very important that you have the firmware up to date. If you are on the X, it should be 2.0.2. If you're on the S Plus, it should be, I believe, 1.0.4. Okay, guys, very important. The most up-to-date firmware is going to give you full functionality of all these apps. Okay, and in the My Ledger tab, you can also install apps and update apps. Okay, the second most important thing, guys, is I know some of you guys may be coming in here having issues with Ledger Live. Make sure your Ledger Live is on the latest version, 2.49.2. Okay, if your version is not on 2.49.2, please go to our website, ledger.com, go to apps and services, and Ledger Live, and get your Ledger Live update. Okay. So without further ado, let's download some apps and add some accounts. Okay, let's download Ethereum, download Polygon, and download Bitcoin, and I'll show you guys how that looks. Okay, so it's just downloading. While it's downloading, I'll take a few questions. It might take a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes to download. I'll take some few questions. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, Tim, Brady, and Jacob has been able to address your shout out to those guys, of course. Another thing is, while I'm waiting for the apps install, I do want to, let's see here. We do have a Discord that Jacob's very active in, so I will link that description. You guys want to engage with our Discord community. Okay. And feel free to go bother Jacob and ask him questions. All right, there you guys go. Another thing I want to mention is for other channels of support, we do have our Twitter space that is ran by Brady. I'm a co-host every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, and we do have a Reddit space today as well, I believe. I don't have the specific time, but yeah. If I get the time, I'll let you guys know. Brady, if you want, feel free to leave the time for the Reddit AMAs. Yeah, so obviously this is a live onboarding. This is live. You guys can see things visually, but yeah, so I think it's, yep, perfect. So we have our device. Apps are downloaded. All right, so now we're gonna go to Ledger Live and we're gonna add some accounts. Okay, the portfolio, this tab is what is going to be the tab where you can look at, since we don't have any accounts, we won't see anything, but this is a tab that essentially you're going to be able to see your accounts. All right, and every time to open that Ethereum app or open the app corresponding to the accounts you're trying to add. Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific. Yep, so that's going to be the Reddit AMAs. Okay, so boom. Okay, so it's pretty simple in terms of adding your accounts. Now you have your portfolio, market. This is just giving you an overview of the market, right? Accounts. You click on the ETH, and you guys can rename the accounts if you guys want. Click and edit account. remove from portfolio, edit account, discover, boom. Okay. Let me show you guys here. Let me plug in a ledger with some funds in it so I can show you guys a few more features and sending and receiving. Okay. Plug it in. And another thing is, right, so I have a older ledger packaging, as you guys can see, right? Different logos, but same device, okay? Obviously, we switch our logo from the square to like the bigger box kind of look, okay? So I think this ledger has some fun, so has some cool stuff. Okay, so let's go back to Ledger Live. Okay, so you guys are seeing on the screen, I'm going to add Polygon and E. I'll show you guys how to view NFTs as well. Open taking a minute. See questions coming in, so those questions will be addressed shortly. All right, so I'll add both these Polygon accounts and I'll add an ETH account, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. I'll show you guys how to perform some swaps directly in Ledger Live, so you don't have to move your funds to an exchange, right? When it comes to tokens on some networks. All right, Tal Albert, you have a good day. I see you had some questions, but yeah, I'll definitely be able to, or the Discord will definitely be able to help you out, right? Make sure you never give out your recovery phrase, though. There are some bad actors in this. All right, guys. So as you guys can see, I've added some accounts. They have a little bit of funds. So I'm just gonna show you guys how to transfer some Polygon from one account to another, and this works the same way as if you were to transfer any wallet address, right? So let's transfer Polygon this account. Synchronizing. All right, so we're gonna click. Actually, we're gonna receive. All right, so we're gonna receive. Whenever you guys receive, you guys can receive two ways. You guys can click receive here and select the account. We'll do Polygon 1. Continue. And on the device, oh, so yeah, I have to open the Polygon app. Okay, so Polygon app open, retry. It should go through. Boom. All right, so you guys see the screen. This is what I mean by private keys, and all the information that you see on the ledger device is what is happening, right? So with computers and software, there can be a lot of software that can basically deceive you, right? So as you guys can see, right, some software can give you a whole different address, right? And with the ledger device, right, what you're signing on the device itself is what's happening, like I mentioned. So we can verify the address here. It's going to be 0x7910 7B. Okay. So you can see the address match. So it is confirmed legit. Approve. Address shared. Go to send. And of course, you guys can send directly using the send tab. Okay. So send. Paste it in. Like I mentioned earlier, 0x7910 7B. That looks about right. Continue. Count 1. Sending and receiving very self-explanatory in live. Make sure the address that you are receiving is the address that matches the screen. Okay, so once again, we're going to verify the address, verify the transaction details on the device. Then, okay, so pretty simple there. I see we have some questions on swap. I'll definitely do a swap here in a second. So, and then boom, sent. You guys can see latest operations. You guys can also see latest operations in the portfolio tab. Okay, so there's that. And boom, you can see the polygon has arrived right here. And we can see it's got some NFTs here. As far as Ethereum, I want to show you guys Ethereum NFT. I also have a brick. Show you this, how to view the NFTs, of course. Right here, and then you guys can open and open, see open Rarible, but if you guys want to be directly in live, you guys can click. Oh, you guys can't see. Whoops. You guys can see right here. Brick NFT. Polygon has been sent to this account. You guys can see latest operations, like I mentioned, right here. NFTs. Right now, we only support Polygon and ETH. But yeah, so let's perform a swap. I know some people are asking about swaps. All right, so if you want to swap, it depends what you want to swap, right? So for today's stream, we will do a swap directly using a DEX, all right, a decentralized exchange. Let's see what we have here. We'll use a pair swap. Okay, so let's see. We'll use Polygon because it's cheaper, but it all works the same across various networks, right? Polygon, ETH, and BSC. All right, so we're gonna swap Matic, one Matic for USDC. Okay. Two Matic. Very, right, it's very simple. Just make sure you guys read the details. Make sure everything looks right. So we're swapping two Matic. That gives us about 1.72 USDC. All right, we're gonna click confirm order. All right, continue. All right, so I was just gonna check app dependency, and on the device itself, you are gonna have to allow the ledger manager. Oh, focus, focus. Oh, very blurry. Okay, open the Paraswap app. Boom. Right, now the app's open. The ledger live. Action. All right, and now back to the device. We are going to the transaction. Paraswap. Send mag. Leave. SEC Polygon. Please accept and send. Boom. And it just works like that, guys. And the transaction submitted. Should take care in a second. It should be broadcasted on the blockchain, and we should be good for a swap. Boom. So the swap's gone through, and it's that simple. To swap, especially when it comes to tokens. You can also swap directly using the swap tab for more coins, right? Obviously, we're swapping on chain, right? We're swapping tokens on the Polygon network or ERC20s. But if you want to swap different coins such as ETH, Bitcoin, or whatnot, you're gonna have to navigate to the swap tab right here. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. In terms of showed you guys how to add your accounts, update your firmware, swap. Discover tab's cool too because there's also Binance. Depending on region, really gonna depend on region. You're gonna have different providers here, right? Refer a friend. You guys can refer a friend and receive $10 worth of Bitcoin. Really cool there. We also have some staking in here. You can buy crypto directly through MoonPay. There's a lot of features in here, so I recommend you guys check it out. All right, so yeah, that's basically it for Ledger Live setup. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. This is where good stuff happens. In this. All right, so now I just take questions and see. So yeah, that's basically in terms of your Ledger device setup. Like I said, just to summarize, for those new users, when you set up your Ledger device, the only place that you should ever write down your recovery phrase is here on this sheet right here. And the only place you should ever import your recovery phrase is on a ledger device or a hardware wallet. Okay, you don't want to ever import it anywhere online or any software. So that's best practice in terms of keeping your assets safe. As you guys know, all your assets and funds are on the blockchain. Your master key or your recovery phrase is what's going to allow you to access those accounts right in the future. All right, so see what we got. Let's see what we got. Any plans for touchscreen device in the future? I just learned about passphrase and would like to add a nice strong passphrase. It takes a long time to type on the current Nano device. iCandid visuals. So what you can do, iCandid, is you can actually attach your passphrase to a pin. Okay. I'm not gonna have time to not explain, but go in detail on how to set it up. But we do have an article on that. Let me see if I can find it for you. Um, because you can attach your passphrase to a pin. So let's just say with your 24-word recovery phrase, right? You have a pin. As you guys know, the pin is local, right? So let's just say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then with your 25th word, you can also have a pin like 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, right? So the next time you put in 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, you're gonna get access to your accounts that are associated with your passphrase account, right? So let me see if I can find that for you, man. It's a very advanced feature, but it's a very cool one. Right? It basically adds another layer of protection. Okay, so very advanced though. So I recommend that you look into it. Right there. Are there any fees on Ledger if you want to receive and send crypto? Adam Troll, there's fees, but Ledger doesn't take any fees, right? Whenever you perform transactions on a specific chain, such as Ethereum, right, the network itself has to take fees in order to validate your transaction, right? That's the difference between, uh, not between, but that's basically how transactions on the blockchain work, right? Every time you perform transactions, right, or send, you're gonna have to pay a fee. When you receive, you don't have to pay a fee, right? The sender always has to pay a fee. And like I said, the reason why they have to pay a fee is transactions need to be validated. Okay. All right, all right. Let's see here. Uh, keep asking questions, guys. What else we have? Um, oh, what's up, Austin? How are you doing? I see you every week, man. How are you doing? Um, Are the rates competitive for these services? Yeah, success. Always shop around for rates. Some swap providers are gonna have cheaper rates, but if you want a more, smooth process and you don't want to move your funds to exchange or connect to MetaMask, then right, pair swaps are perfect, right? Um, pair swap or 1 inch. I like 1 inch as well. Uh, Bruce Wayne, what coins can you stake in Ledger Live? Bruce Wayne, what's up, Bruce Wayne? Batman. So the coins, I can list a few coins, and yeah, I'll list a few coins that comes to mind right now. So you can stake ETH, you can stake Solana, Polkadot. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. ETH, Polkadot, Solana. Yep, Solana. Um, there's a few more, but I don't remember. But I know you can stake ETH, Solana, Polkadot. Cosmos, yep, Cosmos, and a few more. No problem, success. Um, can I see blockchain? What country it was sent? Thanks, Brady. Yep, blockchain will not let you. Blockchain does not track IP addresses or country location or any of that, right? Steven, there's a setting to extend the time your device stays on without having to keep entering the pin. Yes, there is, Steven. I will show you that here. I'll show you how to do that real quick. Let's put this in real quick. What you guys are seeing on the screen is Steven had a great question. He's asking how to extend the screen time. without, you know, the device going in sleep mode, right? So you're gonna hold both buttons, Steven, right? So when you get here, right, to your screen, you're gonna hold both buttons. Holding both buttons will prompt you to the control center. Right? Get to control center, you're gonna go to settings, general, I believe, and battery saver, and you're gonna put 10 minutes or however long your device allows you to put 10 minutes. And yeah, you guys can check here. Security, of course, but oh yeah, screensaver. Excuse me, screensaver. I'm gonna do 10 minutes. It's under the security, Steven. Hopefully that answers your questions. So once again, you can hold both buttons, settings, security, right? Security, and you're gonna go to screensaver right there. Change that to 10 minutes. All right. Cool. Cool. What else we got for what else we have for me? Do Ledger have any plans to hook up with Coinbase like you are now with Binance? I have no idea, Tar. Hopefully. I know a lot of users use Coinbase, Crypto.com, and Binance, right? Clayton, ADA, will Ledger partner with Polygon soon? What do you mean by that, partner with Polygon soon, Austin? Blind signing, on or off? Blind signing, it depends. Just have fun. What are you trying to do? It really depends. You're doing everything in Ledger Live, right? You don't need blind signing enabled. But if you're like connecting to MetaMask and doing OpenSea, doing things through OpenSea and doing things through various dApps and protocols, right? DeFi protocols, and you probably want it on. Let's see. Teddy, every time I reset my ledger, is always Teddy. So every time you perform a factory reset, and you select the option set up as new device, it's always going to give you a brand new set of 24 word recovery phrases, right? The only time you're going to see that the 24 words, like once, you're only going to see your 24 words generated one time, right? And it's during the setup as new device. As soon as you get past that step, reset your device, you're not going to be able to ever see those words again, right? So if you ever lost your recovery phrase sheet or you forgot your PIN, you basically are out of luck, unfortunately, right? Let's see. Well, let's see. They said, seeing as nobody answered my question, even though I was first, just sums up Ledger support your live does not work. By typing suggestions in live, my problem doesn't come up. What do you mean by that, Jason? Will Ledger Live eventually support multi-sig within Ledger Live? Hopefully that's something we can implement in the future. Hopefully. It's a very good question you asked. Rob, please add staking features for major crypto coins, at least for people to start using Ledger because exchanges give staking facilities. Yeah, Rob. That's a good point, right? But staking, right? When you stake on exchange, right, there's risk involved. Right? Because it's not, you don't own those coins, right? That's why there's a saying, not your keys, not your crypto, right? If you earning rewards is more important than custody of your funds, then you know that's just the pros and cons you have to weigh out, right? Most of the time, the staking features that we allow in Ledger Live are through certain providers, anyways. And we try to implement as many as we can, but you know, some coins or some crypto is just not possible for staking, right? In terms of earning rewards. What else we have? Cool. Uh, Hi there. I went to put my pin in my Ledger Nano S and it said it was incorrect. I swear it's correct, but it kept saying it was wrong. My Ledger device obviously said after three failed attempts. Yeah, Christopher, that's completely normal, man. When you reset, if you put in the pin wrong three times, that's perfectly fine, right? The pin is just local to device. I could put the pin wrong three times here. As long as I have my recovery phrase, I'll be able to import it right back to the device and load up those accounts right back up again. All right. Keep those questions coming, guys. We have quite a bit of questions coming in. When will Bluetooth support for Mac OS be available? I don't have a timeline or feature implementation on that, Renato. But that is a good point you made. Hopefully, I mean, we support Ledger Live Mobile with, Androids and iPhones, but not with Mac yet. No problem, Chris. No problem. Is there any way to close my Ledger Nano down because it's been hacked? What do you mean by that, Teddy? You so once again, I just want to address this is very important for you guys to understand. All right, so nothing is actually stored on this Ledger device. Nothing, right? So whenever you send crypto, nothing comes to this device, right? The only thing that's important about this device is your recovery phrase, right? And obviously, if you want to access your accounts, this device is also very important. But your crypto, yeah, so your crypto is on the blockchain, right? So the blockchain is like a public ledger, right? Anyone can view transactions publicly, right? That's a cool thing about blockchain technology. Basically, your recovery phrase, to give you guys an analogy, think of your recovery phrase as like your key, right? And this key allows you to access your house, right? Let's say your assets, like all the stuff in your house or your coins, right? This key allows you to get access to those uh, coins, or in real world, or the analogy I'm using, right? Let's say you have a car in the garage. Let's say you have money in the home or whatever, right? Furniture, right? Think of those as assets. Think of the key as the recovery phrase, right? The recovery phrase is going to allow you to access those funds, right? They basically validate and basically communicate with the blockchain and let them know, or not let, but let the blockchain know that those funds belong to you, right? So that's just a very simple analogy I use. Hopefully that makes sense. And let's just say you lost your key to your house, or you lost your recovery phrase. Well, you can't get in the house, or you can't access your assets, right? So yeah, nothing's actually stored on the device. Everything is stored on the blockchain. All right. If um, your question is like if your recovery, like you can't, your recovery phrase can't get hacked, right? The right terminology is if your recovery phrase was compromised, then obviously the best practice would be to move all your funds out if you have access to those funds, right? Maybe your accounts may have been drained, but you have access to your funds. Move all your funds out right away. Let's say you move it to an exchange, generate a brand new recovery phrase, and figure out what went wrong, right? How was your recovery phrase compromised? So yeah, success. This is the greatest thing you're doing. I'm learning so much here. No problem, success. Yeah, we have these every Friday. Sooner, I think sooner rather than later, we'll have more advanced streams showing you guys how to connect to third-party wallets. I know I seen a question of someone asking why don't we support every coin? Is because right, um, that's just not possible. There's so many coins out there, right? The implementation, we implement as many coins and tokens every update, but that's why there's third-party wallets, right? As you guys know, Ledger Live is just a software, right? It's just a software, just like all these other software, like MetaMask, Phantom Wallet, Trust Wallet, right? All these wallets are main point of these wallets are to scan your accounts on the blockchain, right? Uh, and basically, whenever you connect your ledger to it, you're not compromising your recovery phrase. You're not entering your recovery phrase. All you're doing is essentially exporting your public key, right? Your public key is like your public wallet addresses. And basically, whenever you perform a transaction, you have to sign uh, the message on the device, right? So let's just say you connected to MetaMask and your computer got compromised. Someone stole your MetaMask or has access to your computer, and can basically they can see your funds, right? They can see your funds, but they can't do anything because they don't have the 24-word recovery phrase or the physical device in hand to perform the transaction, right? All transactions must be signed. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. We have quite a bit here. Uh, let's see. DT, so if I get the pin wrong, the device reformats itself. We have to start over, so one should store the account number ID elsewhere. I reconnect the account that was in the ledger. DT, whenever the ledger device itself performs a factory reset, it essentially wipes the device clean, right? But if you have the recovery phrase already written down, let's just say you already have you already have some accounts and wallet addresses set up, right? All you're gonna do, you're gonna click restore from recovery phrase, all right? Restore from recovery phrase. And whenever you do that option DT, right, and you connect to Ledger Live, your accounts are going to repopulate, right? So once again, the PIN is just local, right? The PIN itself, the PIN that's needed to like log into the device, that's just local. If you ever forgot that, don't worry. As long as you have your recovery phrase, you will have access to your funds, okay? Vinny, does my device has to be plugged into my phone to set up, or can it be set up if plugged into a charger and you like? Vinny, are you referring to the Nano X? What are you trying to do, Vinny? It really depends. If you're just trying to manage your accounts, you should be able to connect Bluetooth. You don't need to have, if you have the X, of course, you don't need to plug that into your phone. You can connect directly through Bluetooth. Teddy, can I see my last login on Ledger Live or location? I was logged in. No, you cannot, Teddy. Unfortunately, you cannot. I'll also show you guys a very cool feature. All right. I know some of you guys have like kids or young teens, right, that use your computer for whatever, right? I'm gonna show you guys a very cool feature to keep your privacy intact as far as your assets go. Okay, so let's go to Ledger Live. So the first feature is gonna be this just discrete mode, right? This is gonna hide your balance. Obviously, this is not too secure because someone can just toggle this on and off. All right. The cool feature I want to show you guys is you guys can set a password lock. Okay. This password lock is what is going to allow you to access Ledger Live, right? So let's say you have your account set up like some of these test accounts I have, and you don't want your kids to see if you have a lot of Bitcoin or whatnot or whoever, right? So you're gonna go to settings, gonna go to general, gonna go to password lock. Okay. Let me just put in a password real quick. All right, so save. And then let me close Ledger Live. I'm gonna close Ledger Live real quick, and then I'm gonna reopen it to show you guys what I mean. Okay. Show you guys some cool features. All right. Let's see. Let's up Ledger Live real quick. Cool. All right. So, like I said, I just set up that password lock, and now I have a lock. Okay. So now if someone opens Ledger Live, they can't get into my accounts unless I have the password, right? So that's a cool like feature if you have kids or family using your computer and you don't want them clicking on things and messing up your Ledger Live setup, right? So that's a cool feature there. All right, all right. Let's see what else we got. Setup Nano S Plus. Vinny, yeah, I can definitely do a S Plus next week. Does the Nano S Plus needs to be connected directly to your phone to work, or can I plug? Yeah, so the Nano S Plus doesn't have Bluetooth, Vinny. So if you have an Android, you can use a Nano S Plus, but if you don't have Android, you're gonna have to use it directly with a desktop, right? So, see. Yeah, Maxwell. Yeah, that's a great point you made. Yep. Yeah, I guess the terminology does confuse some people when it comes to hardware wallets. Like they think it's a wallet. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Sure. Let's see. Let's Can the ledger be turned on without it being plugged into computer or Android phone? Yes, it can if you have the Nano X. Play and let me show you. All right, so I'll show you. I like to show because visuals help people better than sometimes talking. All right, so as you can see, I don't have no cable plugged in. Right, I can plug it in right here, or I can unplug it. All right, and I'll work the same. This is only with the X. I have an S with me, and I'll also show you guys. So I have an S, as you guys can see. This is the S Plus, right? Very good device. I think this is the best device when it comes to um, bang for your buck. If you're a desktop user and you're not too worried about using Ledger Live Mobile, but as you guys can see, it doesn't turn on with the X, right? X see here. You guys can see this X is dead. Okay. Need to charge it. This X is on. Okay. So once again, that's only with the X. No problem, Clay. No problem. David, will there be a Nano X Plus? That's a good question. I don't know. Hopefully in the future. Maybe something with like a big screen or something. That'll be really cool. I've had Android, but I have Android, but the cable doesn't seem to be working. Oh, Vinny. Um, is your S Plus plugged in tight, Vinny? Because with the S Plus, I'll show you what I mean. The S Plus, the connection has to be like snuggled in very good. If I like plug it in like that, right, it's not gonna charge, right? You have to tighten it. It has to be tight. See what I'm saying? Boom. It has to be extremely tight. There should be like barely a very small gap. Try that, Vinny. See if it turns on. If it doesn't, feel free to reach out to us. Once again, guys, for those of you guys who have questions, feel free to submit a ticket directly on our site. What you're going to do is you're going to go to ledger.com. You're going to go to support. We do have a huge amount of tickets and volume coming in, right? There's been a lot of new users entering the space or entering self-custody. That's a very beautiful thing to see that people are doing now with what has happened recently. Contact us. All right, so this is how you're gonna contact us, and it might take a few days. Like I mentioned, huge sales, huge amount of volume, huge amount of new users, so it might take a little bit. All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Vinny. Seems to be tight, but we'll keep trying. Vinny, just submit a ticket. Try another cable. Try another cable. Try another cable. Does the lack of battery enable a tighter security for the S Plus? No, no, Austin. The S Plus, X, they all work the same in terms of security, right? Uh, let's see what Mike has. Or just have fun? Sorry. Is it okay to buy a longer USB cord? Yeah. Just have fun. Just make sure you buy a data cable. There is a different. Not all cables are the same, right? There's cables that are charging cables directly, or their main purpose is charging. Data cables, right? Their main purpose is to charge and transmit data. So just make sure that that you know what type of cable you're getting. Mike, can I make a copy of my ledger with another brand? Can I make a copy of my ledger with another brand's hardware wallet? Are you referring to importing your recovery phrase into like another hardware wallet, Mike? Double B Ledger customer service is the best. Yeah, I mean we try to offer the best customer experience in the space, right? We focus on education, we focus on security, we focus on keeping your assets safe, right? That's the whole point of Ledger. That's the goal of Ledger is to uh, help you understand that self custody is very important. Okay. See what else we got. When will Bluetooth support be Mac OS available? That's a very important question, or very good question. I don't have a time frame or any details on that just yet, but that'll be a cool feature though. If you have any Black Friday plan, stay follow our Twitter. Spring loaded. I can't give you any details unfortunately, but stay tuned, right? Stay tuned. We will tweet some information. We'll tweet any updates or any announcements or promotions we're running on our Twitter. What else we have? Yeah, guys, I'll stay here until questions start dying down. It seems like we still have questions. So, yeah. What else we have? Mike. Oh yeah, Mike. Sorry, Mike. Yeah. To answer your question, yes, you can import your 24-word recovery phrase into another hardware wallet, but I believe that Ledger has the best ecosystem, right? We have Ledger Live, very simple UI, very simple software to use. But yes, you can import your 24-word recovery phrase to another hardware wallet. Spring loaded, no problem, no problem. Another thing, guys, is we do have some cool nanos that I do want to show you guys. See here. For those of you guys who are in here that are looking to get a backup device, I always recommend you guys get a backup device. Let's see. Trying to show you guys a few things here. Second here, guys. Just trying to show you guys a few different products we have. All right, so so for those of you guys who are looking to buy a backup device, right, we do have some new colorways. We have the Nano X in Blazing Orange and Cosmic Purple. I do have the links in the description if you guys want to check it out. Very cool, right? Obviously, the basic Nano, they all work the same. We also have different colorways for the Nano S Plus as well. So let me there. So make sure you guys check that out. For those of you who want another backup device, right? Because it's always recommended to get backup devices just in case one device is not working and you need access to your crypto or your assets and you need to move things around quickly, right? So always recommend that. For those of you who are in the US, we are Best Buy, right? We are partnered with Best Buy. They are a authorized retailer of ours. So if you guys want to head to your local Best Buy, need a device ASAP, feel free to do that as well. All right, let's see what else we have. What if I lose my Legend Nano X and okay. Okay, sweet and sour. So if you ever lost your Nano X and the country you live in doesn't we don't ship to your country due to local regulations or you don't have any authorized retailers, what you can do is this is only for your situation, right? What you can do is with those 24-word recovery phrase, you can put it into a software wallet and move all your funds out, right? Obviously, I don't recommend this if you have access to a ledger that's last resort, right? Because you are exposing your recovery phrase on the internet. Hopefully that answers your question. Yep, thanks, Brady. That will be we all gonna make it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, guys. I'll stay here for another 7 minutes, and then I'll be out of here. Today was a great stream. We do these every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It was a great stream. A lot of good questions. Next week, hopefully, I have time to show you guys how to stake. Yeah, I'll try to do some staking next week. But if you guys have any suggestions or feedback for the stream, please let me know. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And yeah, I'll stay here for a few more minutes and we'll be out of here. We'll be out of here. When will Bluetooth support for macOS be available? Yes, like I mentioned earlier, I don't have a specific time frame or a specific time of when that's coming out. Hopefully soon, or not soon, but hopefully in the future. That is something that'd be really cool because obviously there is Bluetooth on laptops, right? Now maybe with the Nano X version 2 or something. All right, let's see, Steven. How do you transfer your keys from your Nano S to the new Nano S Plus so that you can access your funds from the Nano S Plus? Yeah, Steven, that was a great question you asked, man. It's very simple. When you get the Nano S Plus, all you're going to do, there's going to be an option that's going to say the restore from a recovery phrase. There's going to be two options. Set up as new device, restore from a recovery phrase. You're going to click restore from a recovery phrase and put in the recovery phrase associated with your Nano S to your Nano S Plus. And what that's going to do is basically you're importing all your private keys from one device to another, and then the Nano itself secures it, right? So, and then when you connect to Ledger Live, you're going to be able to access all the accounts you already have with obviously more memory capacity. Have a great weekend. Yes, thank you, Success. Christopher, this was great. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, and make sure you guys leave a like, all right? Please leave a like if you guys enjoyed the stream. And yeah, like I said, I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna stay till there's literally no more questions. All right. So Sergio, hello. Yesterday, I sent the star token to the Ledger Nano S Plus through the Solana chain and does now appear in Ledger Live. Do you know what could happen? Thanks. All right. So Sergio, what happened is you sent a token on the Solana blockchain. We don't support tokens on Solana. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to connect your ledger to Phantom, and you'll be able to access your tokens on Solana directly through Phantom. Phantom wallet, right? It's a third-party wallet. See what else we have, Vladimir. What is the best way to dig into blockchain development? I'm backend developer. That's very cool, Vladimir. I mean, learn Solidity. Solidity. I'm pretty sure Solidity is backend. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of blockchain developer jobs out there. Maybe not right now, but in the future for sure. See what we have. Bruce Wayne, do you know when the Bitcoin bottom will be? Have a great weekend and thank you. Looking forward to next week. Yes, yes, Batman. No, I can't. I can't give you specific. Not financial advice here. Me personally, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, right? But if you're here for long term, it really doesn't matter, right? It really does not matter. Here's how many nanos do you personally own? So I own three, personal ones. I've had. So I'll show you. So this is my ledger, right? I've had I've been in crypto since like late 2019, and this is when I got it. Oh damn, you guys can barely see. Hopefully we have a studio upgrade coming here soon, so hopefully it's better quality. But I've had a ledger for a while, so this was one of the first ones that I got. Obviously, right. And then I also have another Nano X at home, my personal one. But yeah, you guys can see by the packaging. I've had my ledger for a while, but I have three. I have the Nano S, Nano, and two Nano X's, two backup devices. The Nano S, that was I don't really like the Nano S just because of the memory capacity. But if you're someone that just holds, Bitcoin, perfectly fine, right? See what else we have. So connecting to DeFi platforms with a ledger is safe. It depends, KO. It really depends. Um, Connecting to a DeFi platform, sure, but if you're gonna sign a transaction, you gotta make sure you know what you're signing. Okay, so there's certain DeFi protocols that obviously we'll do streams on more advanced, maybe contract function. I'll invite like a special guest um, from our team, and we can talk more about that. But it really depends on what you sign. But if you connect to it, you should be fine. Let's see, Corey. Any news when those who got the Genesis Edition NFT after the snapshot be able to redeem it for the Black on Black Nano X? Um, Genesis Edition NFT, Black on Black Nano X. You may have to submit a ticket to get more details on that. I don't know the specific dates on but I'm pretty sure you can claim your Black on Black Nano X if you have the Ledger Market Pass, right? Is that what you're referring to? The Ledger Pass? Thanks for your answer. Cheers. Yep. Cheers to you too, Vladimir. What is the site where all the blockchains are listed that you can add on? It will add to MetaMask. Neat. That yeah, I'll show you guys a very good website. It's called Chainlist. Chainlist.org for those of you guys who want to just add, um, networks, right? This is basically going to manually do everything for you, all the different EVMs. But yeah, it's going to be chainlist.org, Heath. All you do is connect your wallet, right? MetaMask or whatever, and then you would just connect your wallet and then approve the message that comes on Chainlist or MetaMask, and it'll automatically add the network. See what else we have here. All right, guys. I mean, seems like we are gonna wrap it up here. I'll give you guys about 1 or 2 more minutes, and then I'll be out of here. Make sure you guys like the video. Appreciate everyone so much. Like I said, if you guys want to get a backup Ledger device, we do have it in the description down below for more colorway options. For those of you guys who are having issues with anything Ledger related, feel free to submit a ticket on our website. And yeah, for those of you who already have existing tickets, we'll be able to address you as soon as we can. We have seen a high amount of volume recently, right? So, uh, yeah, once again, we have these streams every Friday. We have Twitter Spaces with my man Brady and Ben on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. And we also have the AMAs today on Reddit at 2 p.m. So, once again, that's basically our schedule. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Peace.